think this broad topic of self-regulation in many ways includes two big strands, one of which is emotion regulation. And so you're not going to be in great shape to engage in any sort of self-regulated learning if your emotional state is completely unregulated or regulated in a way that is not conducive to the classroom. So if you're active, if you're deliberately trying to get yourself so worked up and so angry, you can imagine learning probably is not going to happen in that instance. So emotion regulation on the one hand, and then I think the other big sort of family under this self-regulation rubric or topic is learning strategies and how students are able to learn to sort of focus their attention, engage in sort of paraphrasing and rereading as they're going through texts. One of the most recent sort of research-based discoveries is that students learn more and retain more by taking tests than studying. And so are they giving themselves practice tests and doing flashcard kinds of things? If there's a domain of knowledge that's, just kind of rote, systematic stuff that they really have to nail down, testing themselves on it is probably the better way to go, we now know. So I think the one thing I would say on the emotion regulation front that's at least been really influential in terms of how I think about emotion regulation is if you imagine a funnel, at the top of the funnel, we can do a lot to regulate our emotions by just choosing the situations that we enter into. So if I choose to go hang out with this group of friends rather than that group of friends, or decide to go study in the library instead of at my friend's house because I know he or she will be playing video games, that choice of selecting one situation over another is one of the most powerful and easy things we can do to regulate our emotions. We kind of set our emotions on the right track instead of the wrong track without even experiencing a hint of the other the tougher emotion that we would have to control. Then if you go down a little ways in the funnel, eventually you hit things like, all right, well, I couldn't quite control the situation, but maybe I can control how I think about the situation. So, I have to go to class. That's not really a choice. But rather than thinking, oh, geez, chemistry class again, this is going to be even more miserable than last time, I can think of it as an opportunity to hang out with these two other students who I really enjoy spending time with. And so that idea of reframing a situation and then continuing to narrow in the funnel even more, if the reframing of the situation doesn't quite work, well, maybe I can change my focus of attention. And so rather than paying too much attention to the mean comments the teacher in that particular class makes, maybe I'll try and focus on the particular set of material that I know is going to be on the homework tonight. And so the funnel kind of keeps going down, and at the very end, the place where we are worst at regulating our emotions and the place it's toughest is once we experience that unwanted emotion, like I'm just fed up and ticked off at this class, then trying to suppress that emotion or control it, that's typically where we fail the most. And so this big idea of, you might actually be able to control a lot and regulate a lot of your emotions simply by choosing your situations and friends and setting and surrounding a little more wisely at any given moment, I think is a hugely powerful one.